Hello, I'm Angela Princewell, and on this segment of Ask AP, I'm answering the question, my daughter refuses visitation with her mom. What do I do? This is a loaded question because there's a lot of factors that I'm not aware of, right? So I don't know why she's refusing visitation. I don't know how old she is. I don't know what kind of parenting schedule existed. So there's a lot of unknowns. However, I'm just going to throw some ideas at you in hopes that it would help you with what to do. So first off, regardless of the child's age, the very first thing you should do is encourage the child to go spend time with mom. Now, I know that might be controversial and it really depends, but for the most part, it's found that it's in the best interest of children if they spend, if they have a relationship of some sort with both parents. So the first thing I would say to do is try to encourage it if there are no safety concerns, for example. Now, obviously, if there's concerns about mom's ability to care for the child, then that's then don't do that. You have to think about the safety of the child. The other thing you want to consider is there a court order, right? So if you have a court order in place, you want to be careful because you don't want to give the court the impression that you have no regard for court orders and that you resort to self-help. So if that's the case, then I would suggest, you try to get back in front of a judge as quickly as possible. Try to get a motion as quickly as you can so that you can have a judge make that order altering this parenting arrangement. Now, in terms of, a child, the reasons why this parenting time is not happening it factors in and ties into sort of the age of the child, right? So if it's a younger child that maybe just doesn't want to go because they like spending, time with dad versus mom, then that's a less compelling factor than, say, a teenage child, for example, that has specific complaints about being in mom's homes. And again, the fact that they're teenagers doesn't mean their reasons are legitimate. So that's something that the courts would consider. So before you get to that step, think about what's the reason why the child is saying they don't want to spend time with mom, bearing in mind that the courts would generally want to encourage a relationship with mom regardless. So consider encouragement. If that doesn't work, try, negotiating with mom to see if maybe you can alter parenting. So if the child is saying, well, they don't want to go at all, can you maybe just foster a little bit of a relationship? So if it was overnight visits, for example, maybe mom can have dinners or lunches, just something to maintain that kind of maintain some sort of relationship, and maybe you can build, they can build from there. So that's an option, seeing if you can, reduce the parenting time that way and encourage the child to spend that reduced time with mom. And of course, if there's court, going to court. And lastly, if you reached an agreement by way of a separation agreement, or if there's no agreement in place at all, then it might be worthwhile to negotiate with counsel, with a mediator, if possible, to see if you could come up with a parenting arrangement that works in the child's best interest and takes into consideration the child's views and preferences with regard to parenting time. So I've thrown a lot of ideas at you, but that's also because I don't have very many specifics. I hope, something in there helps your situation. And until next time, it's bye for now. Good luck.